Live deep in the heart of West Texas is the James Hendrick Show. Coming to you from the James Hendrick for Conservative Federalist Studies. No degrees, no diplomas, just learning. You know, I'm going to say this. I'm going to use a little analogy here for what's going on in this country. I just came back from seeing a specialist. Have to see a specialist every 6 months for my birth defects. And they told me that my numbers were very close to pre-diabetic. And to do, some, moderate lifestyle changes and the like. Well, I think we kind of need to do that after, spiritually. You look at June, I'm sorry. We're going to do some little housekeeping notes here. A lot of politicians and people want to use woke, okay? Okay, I will use woke on occasion. But if there's something and an issue that bothers me, from now on, I am going to switch from woke to reactive. And let me tell you why. When it's something that's pestering me and bothering me about a political issue, I make it reactive. That way, if there's a problem I have with both parties, there we go. But we have woke school districts and woke companies now supporting drag pride and LGBTQ pride. I forgot that this is the month for that. Well, I got a better one for you guys. For those of you who are Latter-day Saints, you know that this is the month we are commemorating the 178th anniversary of the martyrdom of our first leading theologian who established our church, our first prophet. And so I think that's something better to focus on, because I'll tell you something what's going on right now, okay? I saw footage today on CBN News of this high school somewhere up north where this French teacher was dressed in drag, and I don't know all the details, but it was enough to disgust me. Alright? Now I'll say this about people that have those preferences. I love them as people. I love them because they're people. But their practices are something else. And so, as your doctor of conservative federalists, I'm going to say this, okay? Because in the way I'm mad as some conservatives who masquerade themselves as conservatives, except for the family values. And that's why I am a conservative federalist, because the way I see it, conservative federalists, we believe in traditional family values. We're moderate on some issues, but we're conservative on most. And I'm especially conservative when it comes to family values, okay? No sexual contact or relations outside of marriage. And that is between a man and a woman for life. Or like in my church, between man and woman for time and for all eternity. And so, I granted this is a lot of housekeeping. I realized I was away for about a week. I had to be away. I've been taking virtual vacations. Last weekend, I went off to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Stayed in a place on the Mississippi River. Nice. Very nice. Very refreshing. Now, with that done and that said, my next virtual vacation will be I'm taking 2, I think, in July, since I'm not really, except maybe to go to Will's Point to see my mother. We're going to be going to Baltimore, and then Gettysburg, Pittsburgh, and Philadelphia for quite a serious amount of time. Something to enjoy, you know, something to do besides sitting around just feeling bad all the time, you know. Sitting there complaining, oh, woe me. Because that's what's going on, I think, even in the news. I've gotten to where I'm careful with my news consumption. We really need to be careful what we consume into our spirits. And if it's anything that goes against the old-fashioned family values and standards, that's the same thing. And I think, to some degree, it applies for us medically. I know in some ways that's kind of like easier said than done. Easier said than done. But it has to get done. So there we go. We know what we must do. We know what we must do to fight it and to know. Now, let's get on to the news, the other news. There's a piece in the American Federalist says Supreme Court should put all gun restriction laws to bed. Well, you know that I am anti-gun control. I am. Gun control is not the answer. I've said this at least a dozen times. Really, I understand it's only been a few weeks since the shooting. But guys, come on. How long are we going to be reactive on both sides of the aisle? See there, I've said it. Reactive on both sides of the aisle about the issue. If the Supreme Court wishes to do something about it, fine. But my belief as a conservative federalist is let's leave something like this up to the states. I hate to say that, but you know, you have a choice what you do in this land. If you are a gun control freak, move to Massachusetts or some state that support gun control. If you are pro-gun, move anywhere, especially in the South. Move to Texas. Move to Texas. We love our guns. Ain't nobody gonna take away our guns. Now, there's another piece in the American Thinker that talks about how the red flag that's being waved by, you know, some of these liberals is against liberty. Of course it's against liberty. What we're having is the warning signs, folks, of pre-communism, of family values. You know, in the American dream, many people are believing that the American dream is dying. The American dream is not really dying. If we keep it, do our best to keep it alive. And elect the right people into office, okay? That's pretty self-explanatory. See, so much of the news nowadays is about stuff that you can't do anything about. You want to do something? Get your casting beds like I'm sitting on. Or put the gun under there. Or put it under the dang couch. So your kids can't get to it. Check your family for mental health concerns. Seriously. There's things we can do about without having to necessarily have the government fix everything. Government is the problem. Like I said yesterday. And so I'm going to stand on that. I'm going to stand for that. I'm going to stand, you know, for conservative federalists. That value and that value alone. Now, I hope you enjoyed listening to James Hendrick Show. If you like what you hear, please subscribe and become a part of receiving those daily updates. It's Jimi Hendrix saying until next time, take care and be proactively informed. You take care, you guys, okay? Don't get too worked up. Y'all have a blessed day.